Did you have any donuts?
Yeah, the donuts were good. Start the thing.
Okay. Did you have any apples too?
Yeah, you don't have a screen share, right?
No.
We're on a stream, remember?
Yes. I see that. Why would you do that?
No, it's because I haven't done one in forever, so I'm just.
No, my thing came up as the like. What time is?
You have to go back. You have to go out and then go back in again.
Can you see this?
Only a black screen. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Go out and then go back in. Go out and then come back in.
Okay. I'll be back.
Okay. Sorry, you guys. Her thing is just having. Okay, now I'll try.
No.
Fiddle.
Game tomorrow. No. Birthday tomorrow.
I have to do it like this.
Reroute. Birthdays are on birthdays. Party. Relocate.
Okay,
UPS My Choice is rerouting packages easy.
The only way I can do it now.
But we're
because
helping
it won't
companies
let me
solve
do
for
it
the needs
that
of
way.
customers like Sophie.
Once in a while, it lets me do it like that, but it won't let me do it. I have to do it like this.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, do it like what?
I have to have your face up here. See how it's like that?
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another Toonami Pre-Flight. I'm Gil.
I'm Jason.
Is it time to stop introducing ourselves, or do you think?
I mean, I really am looking forward to when we don't have to introduce ourselves. Maybe actually, why don't we just have a graphic from now on? It
Just go.
That says our names, and we just say, "Welcome to another episode of Toonami Pre-Flight."
What if we just lower third everything and we don't have to say anything?
I don't think that. I think that might be overkill. That's asking a lot of people.
Maybe there's a middle ground somewhere.
I think the middle ground was putting our names and then continuing as if nothing else has changed.
Okay, I'll write that down. Names. So today we are talking Duel Masters and some of our favorite toyetic shows.
Excuse me. I think it's Duel Masters.
Oh, sorry.
We're not, correct.
Yeah,
first.
Excuse.
Duel Meisters.
We have a sneak peek of a music video, world premiere music video.
Yep.
And we have a Canadian version of Bloom Room. I think that's the Blume Room. It's a pretty even one-to-one,
It's the Blum Room.
equal translation.
Yeah.
But
The Canuck Room.
I think that's taking a little unnecessarily harsh. I don't think that's a.
Is Canuck a
I think it's
slur
a
for
derogatory.
Canadians? What? Really?
I feel like
Any Canadian friends who might be watching the broadcast, I think Gil's full of shit, well, in general, but definitely in regards to Canuck being a derogatory term. Hit us up when we post this on our Toonami Facebook. Please let us know, is Canuck derogatory, or is it more of an inside baseball for Canadians only type thing, or is it just like, no, dummies, it's not? Because I think it's the latter, but I might be wrong. I definitely don't think it's derogatory.
I think you've said it way too many times already. I'm totally uncomfortable. So we should get into.
Are you Canadian or something that I didn't know about?
Just
Where were you
sensitive
born?
to other people.
Where were you born again?
Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Right. So shut up. Well, now you can talk.
Let's get into some Duel Masters.
Woohoo!
Given permission to speak.
How excited were you to watch Duel Masters?
Again, you mean? All however many number that there are
Did
that I
you-
totally watched
there's
the first
a
time.
ton.
as well? Yeah.
It blew my mind. Okay, I will confess, we waited on doing Duel Masters.
I love this show so much.
Duel
Do match it.
Is that fair
Do
to say?
masters.
I think that's another lower
love
thing
the
we
show
have
so
in
much.
the next several.
I
That's not true.
love this. I love this show so much because I've watched. I gotta rewatch it actually because it's on the
Is it
site
on
that we
still?
it's on the site that we use all the time.
Not on Netflix, is it?
No, they took Kaijudo. They took Kaijudo off.
Seriously? Didn't you want to watch it too?
Yeah, they took Kaijudo off. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
If they take Transformers Prime off, I'm gonna be even more pissed. But like, I'm sorry. What was I saying?
You were talking about the
Oh, the show. The show was good. I didn't really get into the second season,
okay.
which I really need to get into because, well, I watched it, but I didn't. They changed the voice actor. They in the first season they used the same guy who plays Tai in Digimon.
Hmm.
But in season 2, they messed around with it. It was like, let's recast Shobu and shit. And they kept the original cast, except, which I think the guy that voiced Shobu in season 1 just went on to do better things.
Most likely, yeah.
Just like, so it's just like, I got a better job to confront somebody else, all that stuff. So I gotta find Duel Masters again. It's in the D section, so I gotta find it somehow.
Okay.
I think it's an anime. I think it should be an anime.
It should be in there somewhere.
Okay. If you can find it in there.
I can find it if you want me to.
Okay, can you go ahead and find it? Not now.
No.
Because I want to rewatch the entire series again because I never watched the, when they actually go into the real world and start dueling.
You don't get to watch it.
I kind of fell out of the show when
that happens, and then you gotta get back into it.
So I want to rewatch
Yeah, you do.
so I can.
I want to watch it.
I have the
I
game.
watched it.
I have the game, but
You might have done it to me once. Yeah, you had the game, don't you? Because you played it before. Remember, it's on the
I
Wii.
played it.
On the Wii, right?
No, on the PS2.
Is that on the Wii?
I
I thought it was on the Wii.
I honestly wish I could rebuy all my Wii games on my PS2.
You wish you had PlayStation 3, didn't you?
What?
PlayStation 3.
What do you mean?
You wish you had it.
Yeah, I wish I had that because I could rebuy Naruto, and Naruto on the PS3 is just awesome. Anyway, keep going.
No, that's not true.
Over
We're
the
doing
course
some
of the
other
next
ones we
15,
really like.
there are probably six or seven.
There's a couple we don't like so much, but we're running out of.
We never knew that this show was going to stay on the air this long.
We're running out of road, and before we completely run out of road and have to reimagine what the hell we're doing here at the
And if
beginning,
you have any ideas on how we should
don't share them. Keep them to yourself.
Clark Nova at Clark Nova 1 up.
Don't send me
on Twitter.
anything. You know what? Hit @StupidGil.
That's also fun.
Please, everybody do that and follow him and ask him questions.
I answer questions.
So, Duel Masters premiered in
2004 for us.
and
In Japan, I believe it was a year or two prior to that, 2002-ish.
and it was created by Tomy, the toy company, and there was a manga and it was sort of the normal 2000s rollout of a new toy line back in the day, which was the company, says they sit around and say, we need a card game to compete with Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay.
Do your old man business voice.
No, it's Japanese, so it's different
Okay.
business voice, and I don't speak Japanese. But basically, they sit around, they make up a card game. Okay, we'll do that. Let's figure out a name. Okay, we got a name. Okay, let's find a guy to write a manga. Okay, cool. Oh, the manga's doing pretty good. Okay, let's put the anime into production, and it hits at the same time as the card games hit shelves. The classic toyetic show. In this case, a card show, but same difference basically. A show that exists mostly to sell product, which there are good versions of that, but this is not one of them. So then it came out in 2004, and Hasbro got involved because I guess Hasbro wanted in on this crazy card craze market, and they gave it to us. And I can't imagine there's any other way other than we did it as some sort of barter.
Okay, let me just say something.
Hasbro is
This show was awesome. I mean, the game is awesome. I gotta replay the game, but I'm watching Arrow at the moment, so I can't.
At least you have it though.
I'm gonna complete the game if it kills me. I got Rusty finished. I got Luke finished. I got Fire, Light, and I'm working on Darkness right now.
Pretty cool.
So I'm working on Darkness right now because I gotta finish the game before I gotta finish all the storylines before this big ass tournament. It's like this.
Oh
Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry, I can't swear. I forgot.
Darren.
Big bleep tournament. Big butt tournament. Same difference. Okay, this big butt tournament, and I guess everybody's gonna be involved. Everyone you face in the storyline is gonna be involved. I don't know how it's gonna work out. I just haven't seen enough of it yet.
Oh.
It's everything you finish, you end up going to this Coliseum. Not Coliseum, but the tournament hall thing. And you get stuff unlocked. And then it's do the next character. And then finish their story. And then do the next character. Finish their story. And then you do this until all of it's unlocked, and then you can do the big butt tournament, which I haven't gone to yet. No, I haven't gotten into it yet.
That has to be fun though.
Yeah. Once you're here and we're not, because grandma wants us to, sometimes not do anything like that and just hang out.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying it. I'm just once we do that, you gotta play this because it's a decent game. You just have to. You have a PS2, right?
Used to. But you broke it.
I thought you had one again.
No, I had a PlayStation 3. My Xbox.
Does it play PS2 games on it?
No.
Okay, shit.
I know. I wish I had my PlayStation back because I had Jurassic Park World on it.
But anyway, I love you.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, keep going.
I wrote you some.
client and partner.
Hasbro was a good friend to Cartoon
Yeah,
Network over the
and-
years.
yeah.
And it may or may not have shown up with a bag of cash.
And we were told, here, you're going to show this whether you like it or not. So we
we
were like, okay. Thank you, sir. May I have another? So we made the promos and everything. Then it ended up going to the SVES, the Saturday Video Entertainment System, which was sort of like a fake Toonami that they had us make on Saturdays before they moved regular Toonami Saturdays. And then it showed up on the hub, or it went
Kids
somewhere else.
WB, I believe.
Kids WB. So, but it basically failed in the U.S. It didn't do very well, and they, in fairness to the creators of the show, they evidently in the translation they chopped it up. Like it's the classic example of dumbass American. Like
They added a lot of weird.
they changed storylines and added stuff. Yeah, and it's already not really my kind of show. But then when you add extra layers of American toy assholes being like,
It was,
no, make sure you highlight this joke and take that out. That's a little
I mean,
too
it's
scary for
sort of
kids.
where
you
all-
know?
No, I didn't get it.
show, but that's what they were adding in was the parody elements. Like most parodies, you have to actually like what you're
Yeah,
doing to be
you
able
can't
to parody
just
it well.
cynically-
You can't just make
Yeah.
fun of the things you think are dumb
And then
have
be
that-
like, buy it. So let's look at our Toonami Duel Masters promo for the weird 3 episodes all at once, like a movie in 2004. So check out the promo.
Being a Thai judo master is not easy. You ready?
Bring it on!
But Shogun has the bloodline and the will to win.
My dream is to become a great Kaijudo master, just like my father.
Now he just needs a clue.
Okay, Kirafuda, you're going down.
Kid, let's see if you have the gift. All new episodes of Duel Masters tonight at 7. Oh, when you hold them,
I never turned down a challenge.
only tomorrow.
We did get to say know when to hold him, though. It's always good when you quote the gambler.
Indeed.
Who wrote that promo? Do you remember? Was that
I
Dennis?
think it was either me or Dennis.
And who cut the cut it?
We are doing that.
2004, I would say Sarah.
It's so that's your basic. That's like this show's not very good. Let's just put it into the Toonami hopper and
Yeah.
wrap out a Toonami style
It's
promo for
Fun
it.
line at the end.
Yeah,
Say some of the names.
like let's
Get
just
Peter
try
on the
to
line.
let's try to.
What?
Pause it.
I am pausing it.
Okay. No, she said that, like, sometime, she has to check the calendar. And then, because we're going to be seeing each other on the 31st for the party. So she's like, the other night, like, you want to do this again? I'm like, heck yeah, I want to do this again, But I wasn't sure if I was allowed to tell you or something. I'm just telling you now because it's like, I want you to know, just in case, like, is. So it's not a surprise to you. Like, oh crap, we're doing this again. Let me grab the things and stuff like that. No.
Yeah.
I'm letting you know now. I would have asked Grandma if I could tell you, but, Grandpa was not around.
Oh, yeah. He gets
Keep going.
Yes.
Clean this up. And so it premiered. It didn't do anything special. It ended up on Saturday Video Entertainment System for a while, and then it went away. And then, to my surprise, in researching the show, I discovered it kept going in Japan. So it must have been more popular there. But like, there's been 6 or 7 different Duel Masters series. Like they just now the story is revolving around his brother. Then there was a reboot kind of side story series that aired on the Hub that was an original co-production. It's like this fascinating history of multiple Duel Masters shows. And in my mind, the show died. And I guess I was totally wrong.
They're just
But
insulated.
it's just interesting to see, it didn't work here. And I wonder how much of that was the fact that it's sort of a Yu-Gi-Oh ripoff, but also how much of that is due to the fact that they messed with it. You know what I
I
mean?
think it's probably both of those things. I mean, I
Yeah.
think that in the States, people were like, this is just more of whatever, and that wasn't, and it was kind of a lesser of that, and
Yeah.
that wasn't the case in Japan.
So yeah, Duel Masters is one of those shows where, not
Proud to present.
not super proud that we present it, but we do what we got to do at Toonami.
We got to eat too.
When our bosses tell us to run shit, we run it. So that's it. That's all you get on Duel Masters. No great insights because I'm not even going to tell you the plot. I mean, if the show's impossible to find online unless you want to look for it illegally. I'm talking about the dubbed original season. Hasbro has multiple just little clips of little battles, but you can't really get much from the show other than what cards they're using in the battles. And
Shobu's trying to translated when Shobu's trying to find his dad, who turns out is also strong in the ways of Kaijudo,
which is
like the extra. There's like
the card throwing martial arts.
There's the recreational version of Duel Masters, and then there's the deep game Duel Masters. And to really get into it, you have to be a Kaijudo master.
And how much does it cost for the Kaijudo master?
I think it's double.
Battle pack.
Double.
Yeah. So that's the story. I would say check it out for yourself, but I can't recommend it. So
if you
I mean, there might
talked about and
It
you
was a good show. I'm gonna watch it.
FP season might be great. I've read that they're never going to come back over here because Hasbro or Tomy, whoever it is, didn't want to confuse people with like the multiple versions. So they there's the American co-production that's the new one that's gone on for like 4 seasons, and they I think asked for all the Japanese ones to not come over here.
It's already confusing enough that it's Duel Masters and there's only one of them. So I don't know what more you could possibly ask.
I thought we should just call it Drool Masters.
Trio Masters.
Drool. All right. Well, that's our show of the week, but it led to our question of the week, which is, what's your favorite toyetic show? Which, for those of you who don't know, just means a show that basically exists to sell toys. And again, like we said earlier, there are good and bad versions of that. I don't think it's inherently a bad thing that a show is toyetic. I just think it definitely gives you a lens to look at the decisions made by the creators and the producers, which is always worthwhile. So my first and favorite toyetic show is Gundam Wing. Now, Gundam Wing is not, of course, a show I grew up with, but excuse me, but it was my first show that they actually, Gundam Wing was popular enough that, and though it was designed by design, that they sort of pushed Gundam into America in the biggest way they had ever done before Bandai had. So they had these model kits. They had all different sizes. They had the master grade, the perfect grade, and the high grade. And they even had action figures. They really pushed hard to have Gundam become a merchandising success. And it did. It was for a while. It just didn't really translate to other Gundam series, unfortunately. I think maybe if Gundam Seed had been ready right after Gundam Wing and we had rolled right into Gundam Seed, they may have continued selling more Gundam toys. But just due to the fact that we were having to then go back in time and show old Gundams, it's too hard for them to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some great toys in the Gundam line, and the show itself, other than just showcasing the Gundams as being awesome, doesn't really feel like a toy show. It just feels like a badass action show. But the toys were great, and I still have several of them. And this show led to my getting into building Gundams because I had never built one before. They were available in stores here because of this show, basically. I mean, you could get them from hobby shops, but I wasn't in the Gundam fandom really until this show.
Which I think was part of the problem that the toys ended up getting. It was like you wanted to build your favorite one.
Yeah.
And for most people in the States, there wasn't another favorite Gundam show to then go make. And it's like, so I'm just going to make this crazy complicated
in another language.
Where the instructions are all in Japanese.
You just had to really love building model kits, and also they appeal to a whole different model market than the U.S. model makers were more like your Revell, planes and cars, and you glue them together and you paint them, and it was a little more, these were the whole thing was they snap together, so it's like a whole nother type of model kit. And then people paint those and stuff too, but it's just a different way of coming at it. So let's look at the, one of the things I loved about Gundam Wing is that because of our close partnership with Bandai, we at Toonami got to make a bunch of Gundam commercials. So when the show first premiered, they came to us and asked us to make a Gundam commercial. So this one was directed by Sean Akins, but we all kind of worked on it. So this is the first Gundam commercial that we were directly involved in. So you could look at this as a Toonami Gundam toy commercial. So check it out.
Purchase in trouble. Enemy attack! Enemy attack! We need the Gundam.
It's here.
All new Gundam wing action figure model kits. That's a mobile suit. Build your own Gundam mobile suit. A Gundam! Snap together multicolored pieces. No glue required. Extreme articulation. Pick your favorite or collect them all.
Gundams are on Earth. Roger that.
Gundam wing action figure model kits. Only from Bandai.
Some old school CGI in there. But we had a lot of fun making these Gundam model kit commercials. You know, we did probably 5 over the course of several years. And it was always really fun. Those are some of the most fun shoots I've ever been on, because we would get these amazing model makers we knew to make these highly detailed city models. And it was literally just playing with toys and having cameras film it. Like, it was, I don't think I've been paid to do many better things.
Yeah, I mean, we could make, it was like a cityscape, a French countryside.
Yeah, we did.
And they were big. It was
the
like
Ice Station
8x8
Zebra
flats,
one.
Yeah,
and we would keep some of the Gundam, because, you know, the model makers who would make the landscapes and stuff would battle scar them and make them look great for the commercial.
and then you shoot with a big loco camera that would break every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Would get 4
It was
great
time.
shots
It
on
was
the day.
super time consuming and laborious work, but it was super fun, and it made me wish I worked on Thomas the Tank Engine and like little miniature shoots.
Too
And
late.
so here's another. It's never too late, Gil. So here's another Gundam commercial that we made. You know, we made a bunch, but for some reason, really only 1 or 2 of them are on YouTube. Well, I mean, because who gives a shit? But not for some reason. But a lot of Toonami things are available, so it's unusual. So here's another one. This is for Battle Scarred Gundam.
Ultimate fighting machines. Unstoppable even when damaged. Super tough. Battle scarred. Up for grabs. Now you could win the Ultimate Gundam prize pack. Watch Cartoon Network this week 5 to 7 and log on to CartoonNetwork.com to enter. One lucky winner will get a massive Gundam prize pack. 400 second prize winners score a deluxe Battle Scarred Gundam action figure. Good luck, soldier. Brought to you by Bandai, the makers of Gundam.
Yeah, I don't know why someone filmed that on their TV, but I'm glad they did, because it's the only record that exists. So,
Shot on film.
so my next, those were all shot on film. That's old school. Those were 16 millimeter, and we used Super 8. So next up is, you know, arguably one of the biggest toyetic shows ever, continuing, which is Pokemon. So I've talked Pokemon in depth, so I'm not going to talk about the show. But even now with Pokemon Go and all the Pokemon games and Pikachu showing up in Super Smash Brothers, these toys are still in stores and selling all the time, both the card packs, the actual video games, of course, and then the many, many, many iterations of the toys from Tomy. I myself own a couple hundred little Pokemon from Tomy. Whenever I used to go to Tokyo a lot, and still I would buy 3 or 4 because they're like $1 each. Come back, and I eventually had a pretty big collection. I don't have them all. Catching them all would mean having 600 of them, and
You came close at the point when you were.
yeah, when there was like 200, I had them. I almost had them all, but then they got away from me, and now I'll never catch them. But so this is just a commercial that I think is funny for McDonald's Pokemon Aquatic Toy Set. It's a Hong Kong commercial, but I mean, it just shows Pokemon's not just huge in the U.S. Pokemon is a true merchandising success in that it's big everywhere in the world and has been for many years.
Yeah.
It is a self-learning machine that continues to just make more money and eat everything in our lives. So check it out.
Happy Meal.
永遠又出動啦！仲有波㗎嘛？係啦，比卡超，好厲害啊！預備，瞄準，發射！
即刻嚟麥當勞食開心樂園餐，投入比卡超動感水世界。
I'm ready。
I'm loving it too,
Those
guys.
are fun.
Yeah, so Pokemon, I mean, I just think you can't really talk about toyetic shows without talking about one of the biggest successes toyetic shows I've ever had. So now I'm going to talk another huge toyetic show that continues to reverberate through pop culture, although still not as popular as Pokemon, and that is G.I. Joe. So when I was a kid in my elementary school and middle school,
Yeah. Another one of those things. Really, G.I. Joe really was strong. I mean, I never saw the original G.I. Joe series. The only one I saw was Sigma 6.
Okay.
Remember when Sigma 6 came out?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Okay. That is the only one I saw. I never saw the
other ones?
80s war thing, because I think it was like either too small. I mean, seriously, with there was a point where I couldn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh because it was like references to graveyards and stuff like that.
Seriously?
Yeah. That was when I was like 13. I couldn't watch Yu-Gi-Oh because it had a reference to graveyards.
Oh, jeez.
And the graveyard was just the discard pile.
Yeah.
I kid you not. My grandma was like, "Oh, it has a mention of death. And a mention of graveyard. Oh, you can't watch it." I'm like, seriously. Didn't mean to do that. But yeah, I'm like, seriously, I could not ever like. I think eventually she forgot about it. Like, I'm watching it now just because I can. I'm waiting for RUV to come out on Netflix so I can just watch that and just be immersed in that instead of having to wait for a show. Instead of having to wait week to week,
Right.
To watch it. Zexel's on there now, which I'm gonna be rewatching anyway because I want to see if they actually did. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Because okay. But anyway, that was a reference to the great. Grandma was like, "You can't watch that because it has a reference to death. You have has a reference to the graveyard, and graveyard means death, people dying." So, well, for the longest time, like I couldn't watch it. Like that happened when the GX thing happened, and then I'm like, "Come on, Grandma, let me watch it." And then I'm like, "Okay." And then I think eventually she just forgot about it. So. Yeah. And now that I'm like 20 years old, she's like, "Don't watch cartoons." What do you expect me to watch? There's nothing on TV.
There's not.
Except politics, which I have to watch it because it's. I don't mean to make this political or anything, but I have to watch it just to be aware of who I'm voting for and stuff like that.
True.
But like, besides, come on. Okay, it just froze for a second. I'm just like, okay. And besides that, the hurricane, which makes me shudder because, because I don't want anything to happen to my family because I got family
Right there in Tuscany.
that are living in Georgia.
Oh, wait.
And
stay where they are at, then they can be damaged.
Okay, you're not allowed to shoot them.
The hurricanes?
No, you're not allowed. No, the clowns.
Yes, you are. They told you
You are-
allowed to.
You are not. That was just a joke. That was just a
They
joke.
said,
That was a joke on Facebook, though.
no, it wasn't. It was saying that you were allowed to shoot them because they're dangerous. They're sitting there slicing people with knives and shooting them. 4 people died from them. Teenagers have got killed by them. They said if they're trying to attack you, to shoot them.
Okay,
You have the right to shoot them.
but like, they're like, like,
Because they exactly told us that we're allowed to if they're trying to attack you. What are you supposed to do? Let them attack you? Of course you're going to shoot them. You can't just sit there and mother them.
grandma's like, because you're doing like, because you're older and because you're. You can't watch kid stuff. Which the whole time I was waiting for you to come, I was just watching Vixen,
Sorry.
which was a cartoon, but it was like based in the Arrowverse.
Right.
Flash. Because I didn't know what else to watch. Because if I turn on the TV, Grandma's going to hear an old cartoon or something like that. Because there's nothing else to watch.
No,
You want me to watch the freaking news and be, have nothing. That's why I wish Toonami came back on around 8 o'clock. Be on around 8 o'clock and then like at midnight. Because at least Toonami I can watch because it's like adult anime. Now when I say adult anime, I don't mean like really adult stuff. I mean like action cartoons and shit.
Yeah.
But like, oh my god, I don't even watch cartoon. Like I watch it for Pokemon and for Nexo Nights. That's pretty much it. Oh my god, did I miss? Okay, I think I missed a Lego thing, but who cares? Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
I collected G.I. Joe action figures, as they called them, so boys didn't have to say dolls. And of course, that was when the G.I. Joe cartoon came out, which you and I have talked about in depth. And also when the G.I. Joe comic book came out, and so they had the full range of merchandising possibilities. I had a ton of G.I. Joe action figures from pretty much day one when they first launched the smaller figures. My brothers and I would argue about them and then get in fights, and I would invite over other kids. They would bring their Joes, and then we would pick teams and try to kill each other. And then in later years, I would, rip their guts out and like
Cover them in rubber cement,
shit,
throw them off
like
the
every
garage.
like every teenager did in the 80s. So I even still on my wall in my office, I have Saboteur, who's not pictured here, at least that we can see, but I still love my old school Joes. And right behind Gil is another redheaded stepchild, Snow Job, who was one of my absolute faves. I kept my Snow Job figure forever because he came with the cool skis, and he could do the James Bond, go down the mountain, and shoot people stuff. So, obviously one of the bigger toyetic shows. There isn't a current G.I. Joe cartoon because I think, rightfully so, people aren't super into militaristic stuff right now. They worked pretty hard to move it away from just army shit to being Joes versus Cobras, but I just think it's hard to and plus now there's a movie franchise. Those movies are terrible, but they're going to make more of them. Joe isn't going anywhere. So my hope is we see some more good Joe stuff. There's been some cool CG specials and stuff like that. So I think G.I. Joe has still some possibilities of being cool. It's just so much a product of an old school mentality from both the original G.I. Joes way back in the 40s to the 80s G.I. Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just sort of figuring out how to navigate the modern landscape. But I just really picked G.I. Joe so that I would have an excuse to show the Finster Film G.I. Joe shorts, which are permanently hilarious, and I'm still mad that no one could ever get it together to make a show out of these. But I'm going to show 3 of them. So here is one of the Finster Film G.I. Joe shorts, and this one is called Reggae.
Billy, you think I can hear some more?
Yeah, we should totally hit it again, but I get first dibs.
Chupi come on, put me nearly dead with laugh. I'm watching people rush the door like a mash a chop up. But time there, time for the bus ride. Sunshine there, a time for the bus ride. Sunshine there, a time for the bus ride. Fun time there, a time for the bus ride. No! G.I. Joe!
Finster Film, not Finster Film.
Endlessly hilarious.
And now let's check out, I don't know what this one's titled. It's Parody 5, so check out Parody 5.
That's when there's a penis pump.
That's no fair!
Cow, I'm totally going so fast. Oh, fuck! What
the fuck are you kids doing on my fucking road? And don't look at me when I'm fucking talking to you. Get that shit off my eyes, you little wankers. Alright, give him the stick. No, give him the stick.
You know my dad?
Oh, G.I. Joe!
That's one of the best because it just devolves into complete, doesn't make any sense at all. And then finally, Parody 17.
Hey, Kevin! How do we play this game?
I'm glad you guys skipped the class today. We're having fun, aren't we?
I want to play video games.
We had a good conversation. You're the ringleader. Oh, yeah, we did that. Oh, we're going to find this and go get everything. No, we'll stay back in the school.
I want to get in the first
stay back in the school so they think I'm on easier. You know what I mean?
G.I. Joe!
He puts her in the fridge and it says kidnapping. He says, well, kidnapping. All right, so those are 3 of my favorite toyetic shows.
Nicely done. For me, I went back to my childhood in the post-wise and powerful leader Ronald Reagan deregulation of children's television era of the 80s, where they FTC just decided, fuck, we're going to sell toys to kids and it's not illegal anymore. To show them on half-hour-long television commercials, which brought us many amazing half-hour-long television commercial shows. G.I. Joe, which was one. A little later on than that, starting off for me is Mask, or I forgot what it was. I had to write it down. Mobile Armor Strike Command. Mask. I feel like these toys came out before the show. Like, I feel like I was playing with these toys and then the show came out. I'm sure that's not actually
I don't know.
what
That
happened.
sounds familiar to me too, but illusion is the ultimate weapon. I like that.
Like,
it's a good tag.
They did a good job with the toys of building the story, because I really don't remember watching the show. Like, I saw the show later on. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, cool. I guess that was fun. But these toys were good, and the show was, at the time...
This will be back, though. Somebody's going to reinvigorate this property. It's just sitting there.
One of the dudes in this, it's Matt Tracker, is going to be in the new G.I. Joe movie, so that may be what springboards everything, igniting the
I heard they're all
furor for G.I. Joe.
I heard they're going to combine the Hasbro Cinematic Universe, so it's going to be...
Yeah.
It'll be G.I. Joe and Transformers and ROM Space Knight somehow, and then Mask are all part of the universe.
Can't wait. So check out this weird 80s commercial for the Mask toys.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Invert switchblade to jet mode. Surprise, Matt Tracker. It's mayhem. Battle stations. Check the decoder, Bruce. I'm going up. Stacks ready to fire.
Mask, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino.
Fire!
each sold separately with action figures.
Cover me, Matt. 10-4. Sato's getting away. But you're not, Mayhem.
Max, Switchblade, Thunderhawk, and Rhino, each sold separately. New from Kenner.
I did not have Switchblade, but I had Thunderhawk and Rhino.
It sounded like Ellen Blevins.
It was.
Oh, we know that being a guy. He did our Gundam Wing commercial. Yeah,
Friend of the show.
I had some of those vehicles myself, and my brothers.
Yeah, my brother had the black, whatever, mini SUV.
Hmm
I don't remember what it is.
That's a Jeep.
No, not that one. The like.
This one, this thing, that's a Jeep. So is that. Those
I think that's a Blazer.
maybe
That's.
Blazer.
I should not be a weather person.
Oh, that's a,
That's right,
that's a
that's-
Jeep.
All right.
That's
anyway,
a Blazer. That's Gil. This is me.
Blazer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Second for me is the original Transformers, and like 4 minutes after the Transformers launched, 57 other properties came out basically doing the same thing.
Ripped it off. Yeah.
So your grandparents would always buy you the off-brand Transformers from Kroger or Big
yeah,
Lots
like
or
really off-brand, not even GoBots off-brand.
Yeah,
but like
and then there
way
was, like-
off-brand, off.
then when they figured out that GoBots is a thing, then it was like Lobots was in Piggly Wiggly. So you'd always get like, oh, thanks Grandma for this bullshit toy, but it was
I was always
Transformers.
thankful for whatever I got, Gil.
Well, I mean, I was outwardly thankful, but deep in
Just
my
saying.
deep black soul, I
Some
did-
of us didn't have as much. Just saying.
you missed out.
Some of us were
It's pretty
thankful.
sweet. Are you thankful?
I was thankful at that age. No, someone gave me a knockoff Transformers now. I wouldn't be thankful. That's just common sense. Come on.
Well, it's just
Don't be an ass.
wise beyond my years.
That's
So
one way I'm talking about.
it is. Your glasses look orange in this.
I know it's because of the
Looks
bad.
like, yeah,
It's because of the bad key. Because
guess
we're in a
mine do,
new
too.
room.
we're not made to be
Bad
against,
technical.
against orange.
Yep.
When the new studio is built in 7 or 8 years, it's gonna be
Yeah,
pretty
they're building a
smooth.
new streaming studio, guys, and in about 2 years, we'll be able to use it, and it'll be pretty cool.
We can't wait. But for now, let's just be satisfied and thankful for this 80s Transformers commercial.
Transformers. Yeah, Transformers commercial. Cool.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots face their battles and destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers, robots in disguise.
Attack the Autobot commander! Call in an Decepticon leader!
Transformers, more than meets the eye. Transformers, from Hasbro.
There's a lot of great shit going on in that commercial.
The kids
The blurred
blurred
out
out faces
faces.
adds a layer of creepiness that just makes it.
The first
so good.
morph ever put on television.
It's so
Um,
good.
There's a lot of good stuff there.
Why would that even happen? Were you someone who didn't know? Like whoever posted that didn't own the commercial. I get that, but what were they thinking that I better blur these kids' faces so I don't get sued by these actors? Like
Or
what?
there's something about YouTube and like maybe you less like.
Blur their faces. They're children. No one wants to see children ever.
No one wants to see what is now
It's disgusting.
a 44-year-old man.
Yeah. This child is disgusting. Blur his face.
I had either never known or certainly forgotten that the very beginning of Transformers was animated by Toei.
Oh no, I knew that.
And then quickly
It's like Thundercats. It was a
Yeah.
co-pro, and then it turned into sort of more of an American thing.
Dupro. And then last for me is what I consider to be sort of the downside of the Toyetic show, certainly in the 80s, and that was the glomming on of a fun show and a good toy property to make a less fun show and a really hard to play with toy property, and that is Vehicle Voltron.
Oh, so wait, you're talking shit about Vehicle Voltron here.
A little bit.
There's a lot of people out there who like Vehicle Voltron.
Comparatively,
Just saying, a lot of people like Vehicle Voltron.
I don't hate it. I just was excited for it, and it was a little bit of a downside. And I feel like in the States that it was.
Well,
Yeah, watch.
this is cool. Fucking hard to.
That.
I only finished like. Okay, let me just say something. I started watching the new YouTube. I don't know YouTube. The Netflix the series, and I didn't even like. It's not even like I'm still into it, but I forgot
Right.
to watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes.
So I gotta relook it up, redo the episode. I gotta redo the episodes. I don't mind. It was only one episode in. You know, I was only one episode in, and then like Grandpa called me and like I forgot to finish it.
Oh.
It was like, you know. Anyway, keep going.
These kids.
These toys were hard to play with.
What is this bullshit?
There were 47 toys,
Gil's Christmas
and it wouldn't.
from 10 backwards every year. What the?
No, I was psyched when I got it and I was playing with it.
This is bullshit.
I think this was over the course of probably 2 birthdays and 2 Christmases. Me and my brother to make a toy that wouldn't stand up. Ultimately, was what's fun about a building was sort of the vibe.
Well, it's cars. So you could race the cars. Those are pretty fun.
But there's too many in the race. It's like 3 groups of 5 people each forming 2 overly
I
complicated.
don't know. I don't really have an opinion, but I just know people love that vehicle of Voltron. You're
Not me.
gonna catch.
Let's check
hell
out this
for that
commercial.
Call that a commercial? Can't even hear it.
I think so. It's supposed to be, I think.
That's the wonderful world.
They're like older commercials.
That's the wonderful world of YouTube where you just can't hear things. You have to look them up and
Yes. That is true.
jeez. And I'm not complaining, so don't say anything. But just come on. Make better commercials.
Yeah.
At least clean them up so they can at least be heard.
True.
But shit. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm very passionate about like older commercials, and like to the point where you can barely even hear them anymore.
Right.
I mean, at least I came across some things that are just like, oh, these are old Rugrats commercials, or Rugrats, and no, these are old TV spots for 90s TV shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For 90s Nick. And before what is that? The Splat came out. I looked up Hey Dude to figure out what it was. And at least the theme song was at least. I'm not gonna start singing it because it's probably covered, but at least the theme song was like
Good enough.
good enough quality that you could hear it. You could hear it. But this is shit. Where the fuck did they find this?
There is something like that.
What? What?
I hope you don't get in trouble for that.
What?
You cursed like 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're fine. Hanging out with those pirates again?
Yeah. Sorry about that. Just finish the finish the
They super glued those wheels of the bottom car because that thing would not stand up and then its legs would shoot off.
Maybe they're just.
Maybe my brother broke it and it's actually a sweet ass toy and he never told me and I just had it break through. I don't know.
Maybe they were just nicer kids.
Well, they were paid to be there.
They weren't complaining.
They weren't all the blur face kids. So they had a pretty sweet life. And then as a special bonus, because I could literally watch them all day long.
Hopefully you can too, because you're
about to be. But it was like G.I. Joe was a huge part of my childhood in terms of watching the show and playing with the toys and then lighting them on fire, throwing them off. My mom keeps everything ever, and I don't think I have a single functioning G.I. Joe toy left that either is missing the thumbs or is broken rubber band or badly burned beyond all recognition. But it still makes for funny parodies. So let's check out what's the first one I did? Body massage.
Body massage.
Well, man, check out that thing, man. What do you want to do with it? Let's launch over it.
Who wants a body massage?
What did he just say to us?
Body massage. Go.
What the hell?
Body
And then next is pork chop sandwiches. But I did that too fast.
I like pork
Sean
chop
hasn't been able to
sandwiches.
bring it up.
I like pork chop sandwiches.
You're not cooking.
Yeah, you.
pork chop sandwiches. Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here! What are you doing? Go! Get the fuck out of here, you stupid idiot! Fuck, we're all dead! Get the fuck out!
I'm doing worse. I'm doing like a little crap worse than not worse than these guys.
You got cousin.
Sorry. Keep going.
Yes.
No going and you tell me do things. I done running.
G.I. Joe.
Like G.I. Joe. The end is so great.
And I don't remember which this last one is. It's just listed as parody one. So let's check it out together.
Cool. I want to go check this out. Cool. Hey, can I try that? Wait. Oh, what? Hey. Oh, you're not my friend.
I'm just kidding with you.
Hey, man, who's that weird dude you're talking to, bro? My friends are here. Oh, cool. So, see you later.
G.I. Joe.
So
Me.
I'm just kidding.
So those are our
Thank you
favorite
for,
toyetic shows. Let's see what Adult Swim's favorite toyetic shows are. Transformers, Gundam, Power Rangers, and Pokemon G.I. Joe. Those are pretty much the big hits right there. Well done. Excellent choices all. And now the Toonami Facebook favorite toyetic show picks. Transformers, Zoids, Get Out. Gundam, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Beast Wars. That's an oddly specific. You wouldn't, like of all the Transformers, you would say the one with their animals, not the one with their vehicles.
So I guess it just hit them at the right.
Boy, and Zoids. Everyone was into animal robots on the Toonami
I think it was thanks to
Facebook.
us.
Well, we aired both of them. It's true. So I get it. I appreciate
Apologies.
I appreciate your loyalty. No, I apologize for nothing, but I do appreciate the loyalty. You can apologize.
I did. Give
Say
me
you're
a
sorry. Yeah, say you're sorry.
Jason, sorry.
No, you're sorry. I'm not sorry.
You're sorry. I'm not sorry.
Anyway. Okay, so let's go to tonight's sneak peeks. The next thing we have is a topical for this week's episode of One Punch Man. We are up to episode 10. Please to enjoy our promo for episode 10 of One Punch.
On the next all-new episode of One Punch Man.
You heroes are here because you're the best of the best, the top of the class. And now, we're asking you to rise to the occasion and save the Earth. However, I must warn you, there is no guarantee of surviving.
Excuse me, can I have some tea?
One Punch Man, Saturday.
That's big. Are they aliens? Nope.
Saitama, he's always hilarious. So that's a new One Punch Man, and then we also have, for the first time in a while, a new Bloom Room Canadian edition. We won't say Canuck.
Did you say?
Well, not in the same way. So let's check out Steve's trip to Vancouver right here.
This week, we visit Anime Evolution in Vancouver. But mostly, we just went outside. Our journey started with a visit to the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park.
And now we're going on that.
The bridge itself is pretty amazing. A little scary and a little shaky.
And yes, it shakes.
But what you get to see is unbelievable. Some of the biggest trees I've ever seen in my life. They've also got this thing called the cliff walk that literally takes you along the side of the cliff and into the forest in places you'd never be able to see otherwise. Beautiful ponds full of trout.
Yeah.
So this is the trout pond. They stock it with about 300 fish.
I want to do something real quick. There we go. Shit, not that. Okay, there we go. Conversation. There we go. Fuck. Better do this again. Hold on. Because I don't know. I don't know if Grandma would be thrilled about me telling you just yet.
Oh.
I want you to know. I just want you.
Deleted my thing.
No, I'm just deleting the conversation. I'm going to start a new one.
Oh, because you don't want her to know that you can.
I'm pretty sure that it wouldn't. Okay.
You just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Keep going.
She jeered, but blue heron and otters to come and feed on it. It sucks for them.
And you get to see this guy. This part made me feel like an Ewok. And, of course, the local wildlife. Back in town, we met up with one of our best buddies, Aaron Douglas. He was there shooting. And then on for the normal shenanigans.
I'm here with Matt. There are at least 15 different versions of him. I have seen him in the bathroom. I've seen him upstairs, downstairs, inside, outside. He's everywhere. He has cloned himself. What do you have to say for yourself, young man?
Well, I have 3 personalities, Matt, Cat, and Cat 2. There's 2 with the cat ears and 1 with the Patriot. I will not confirm which one is the head one.
I just wanted to know which was the one in the bathroom.
Cat 2.
Okay, so that's a scary one.
Oh,
thank you for being omnipresent. I feel very well looked after. More stocked, one of the 2.
And I enjoyed having you around the stock.
Thanks, man.
As soon as it was over, we were back outside, looking at spiders, berries. We even found this really cool Indian festival called Ratha Yatra. Although, to be honest, the changing bodies reincarnation thing kind of creeped me out. We took a walk up along the bay to see more forest. And a bunch of these dudes. Don't know what it is about the giant slugs, but I kind of dig them. Reminded me of Mr. Hanky. That's about it for this week. See you next time in the Bloomer.
Lovely town, Vancouver.
Vancouver, yeah. Have you been many times?
No, just once. Maybe twice.
3 times the lady.
Twice or 3 times. More than once. Less than 5
Do you
times.
like Canada?
Sure.
And then the last thing we have for you is a new This Week's Adult Swim single, which will have premiered on Wednesday, and that's from Micah Levy, featuring Kevin. Micah Levy scored Under the Skin, which was probably my favorite film that year. And so I wanted to reach out, and thankfully we got a new Micah Levy song. So let's check out, you guys can check it out. If you like it, go to adultswim.com/singles. There's that and a whole bunch of other songs we've released over the last several months. They're all free, so check them out. So here's Micah Levy.
That suits me, that suits me, keep me at my room.
So check that out. More to come. Stuff to look forward to. We have Flying Lotus, Run the Jewels, and a bunch of other artists still to come. And then finally, we just wanted to take the end of the show and just express our gratitude for having been able to work with Mr. Clay Croker, who passed on a couple days ago as of this recording, and also our sadness that he's no longer with us. Clay, for those of you who don't know, was the original voice of Moltar, who was the original Toonami host. So we worked with him for about 2 years on a pretty regular basis.
In my first.
No, he's gone.
Yeah, it passed away. That's what he's saying.
I remember like seeing like a bunch of old programming. I mean, a bunch of old like Toonami spots. And when I forget where actually. I think it was here when the first pre-flight, they kept running it over and over and over and over and over and over. You know?
Yep, that's what they're talking about. He passed away.
Keep going.
Okay, cutie pie.
Working on Space Coast to Coast, so I'd been
Yeah.
sort of from day one.
And did you do you remember how I know how Moltar ended up being the host of Toonami, but do you remember you were there probably for the first session where Sean and you read Clay and sort of he had to wrap his head around what the hell Toonami was?
I mean, it was definitely a weird for sort of everybody because it was like, wait, so am I hosting it or do I know? And so he just didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we were kind of making it up as we went along, and then so it was hard to explain what we were trying to do, and he wasn't really.
Yeah, it was tough. It was not always easy going. I actually got along with him way better after Toonami because during Toonami, he rightfully was like, "This doesn't feel like Moltar. Moltar's not going to tell kids to like, talk about teamwork and heroes and what the hell are Clay didn't play video games."
Yeah,
he was like, "What is this bullshit?"
The Moltar character on Space Ghost is very much like the
smart ass, and obviously, what we were writing, we were finding our own voice for Toonami, and that's why we created Tom, because that is the specific voice we wanted, and it was tough to try to work Moltar in, and I think Clay also was like, this doesn't feel like Moltar, so it was always like really uncomfortable, like no, say RPG. I remember having him do the Final Fantasy read, and it was totally weird. But then it was like a few years after he finished, he was going to conventions a lot, and people kept coming up to him and saying, "Oh man, Moltar meant so much to me when I was a kid, Toonami." And I think he then sort of understood that it had a positive impact on a lot of people, not just the Space Ghost Moltar or the Cartoon Planet Moltar, but the actual Toonami Moltar had its own appeal. And I think he then came to appreciate it more. And then from then on, whenever we saw him, he was always super sweet. And we talked about collecting animated cells. And Clay was a big collector of rare animated art. And he had I wonder what's going to happen to it. He had a vast collection of animated shorts that he would sometimes put together. And they would have little film festivals at our local theater, the Plaza. He also took those to conventions and showed them and stuff. So it was really cool. His whole life was basically dedicated toward preserving the art of animation. So we just talked about that a lot, basically. But we were all totally shocked that he passed on, and we're still trying to basically figure out moving forward. So we have something tomorrow night that's a little tribute to Clay. I would urge you guys to tune in at the beginning of the night for tomorrow night's Toonami. We didn't want to show it here because we're still working on it, but we said a little goodbye to him in our own way. So tune in Saturday for that, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah.
See you guys tomorrow.